Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure unboxing and review. Today from McFarlane Toys in their DC Multiverse line, we are featuring the Deluxe Theatrical Edition Superman Robot. Alright, so this is a Platinum Edition figure, as you can see with the sticker right there. This figure, I think it represents a very specific robot. You know, today is June 1st, 2025, and the movie has not come out yet. Judging from the trailers, there's multiple robots who tend to the Fortress of Solitude. And it seems like the main robot is robot number 4, which is this one right here. You're getting multiple options with the head. Not really sure what the differences are. Maybe it's the eyes, I think. And then there's different hands. On the side, really nice illustration of Superman right there. And then we have the robot here. It's a comic book illustration. Alright, so if you're a fan of the Superman comic books, in the comic books, there's, I believe, one robot that tends to the Fortress of Solitude, or at least in the modern comics, and that robot's Kellex. In the new movie, it looks like there's multiple robots, and I'm not sure if that's taken from a very specific comic book story. This isn't the first time we've gotten a Fortress of Solitude robot. Years ago, DC Collectibles, and I think might be their DC Essentials line, I think they had a Superman figure that came with the Kellex robot. And currently, Spin Master, in their Superman movie line, for their 6-inch figures, there's a Build-A-Figure. And then the Build-A-Figure is robot number 4 also. But the Spin Master line, they're much smaller than the McFarlane figures. McFarlane's are a 1/10 scale action figure, and that equates to about, I think, like 7.5 to 8.5 inches, whereas the Spin Master toys are only 6 inches. So you get the display base, like we always do. And here is the trading card for robot number 4. So there are 6 Superman robots, simple metal automatons, currently led by Robot 4. They man the Fortress of Solitude for the Man of Steel, caring not only for him, but for his Kryptonian legacy as well. So they're kind of the caretakers. I'm kind of wondering if one of the robots somehow ends up turning into Brainiac. I don't know, just a random thought. Either Brainiac or Cyborg Superman, because Cyborg Superman's, I think one of his directives is to preserve Kryptonian heritage and legacy, I think. Or at least one of the iterations of Cyborg Superman. Alright, so we have Robot 4 from the new Superman film. So one of the things that really pains me about McFarlane losing the DC license is that they were very late in the game. You know, I think it's like 5 or 6 years in already, or going on 6 years. You know, they're including all these accessories, and it's amazing. I just kind of wish they did this sooner. You know, for the first few years, we never got alternate hands and alternate heads. It's only during the last year and a half, I believe, that we've been getting all these cool options. And this is kind of stuff that you normally see with like other figures like SH Figure Arts. And of course, Hasbro does it with their Marvel Legends. But man, I wish McFarlane wasn't so late to the party in terms of providing all these additional accessories. Like, it's cool here. You have multiple hand options for robot number 4. You have the different heads. There's something different in each one where the visor is. Some it kind of almost looks like it's squinting. Others it looks a little bit more open-eyed or even shut. And if you wanted to, I guess you could army build these, by 6 of them, since there's 6 robots in the film. And if you want, just maybe repaint the different numbers on the chest. Really cool looking figure. I really want to assemble the Spin Master one, but only half of the figures are out that you need to complete Spin Master's Build-A-Figure robot. This guy comes in at about 7¼ inches. The blue finish on here is really nice. It's kind of like a sparkly, semi-metallic blue. Love the head. The head looks awesome. We have the fabric cape. I know a lot of people are gaga over the fabric capes because, they're posable and whatnot, but I always kind of find them a little bit annoying. Don't get me wrong, though. I mean, that's just my opinion, but in a perfect world, I'd love it if I had the option of swapping between this and a plastic cape. But these are cool, though. Like I said, if you're into like action figure photography, you could create cool dynamic poses with them. But for me, I just like my capes just very neutral, just hanging down. Lovely details on this. Really well done. There's something about this design also as I'm handling it. It kind of reminds me of the droid from Star Wars, Rogue One, K2SO. Or even some variations of the battle droids. The head looks left and right. You have it's connected at a ball socket at the pit of the neck, and it kind of spins around. Articulated arms. Really, really cool articulation. Essentially, it's almost the same as a standard McFarlane figure. It's just missing the ball socket. So it gives you a lot of range of motion, which is nice. You can drop it down, tuck it under. There is no bicep swivel, but the elbows bend, and I want to say they might swivel at the elbow, but if it does, does it or no? I don't think it does. Yeah, so you do not have any sort of swivel movement in the arms in terms of the bicep or the elbow. I might be wrong. If I am, just correct me down below. You have articulation at the wrists. There's some sort of articulation going on here. Yeah, there's an ab crunch. You can crunch forward, but you can also arch back. There is a swivel underneath the chest, right there. Legs kick up, they kick out. As I'm handling this figure, I kind of wish McFarlane was doing like articulated movie Maniacs figures, because this kind of reminds me of the old McFarlane movie Maniacs Terminator endoskeleton figure. I love that figure to death. That thing's awesome. And I kind of wish they'd revisit, Terminator with McFarlane and just give us like an army of endoskeletons, kind of using engineering similar to this. Because as I handle this kind of feels like one of those old McFarlane Terminators, which were great. So yeah, there's a lot of articulation and leg, as you can see. And this is a fantastic figure. So I still need to grab other figures from this assortment. This is the only movie figure they had in stock at my store. For comparison next to some other Supermen, this is the recently released Strange Lives of Superman. And then here is the Henry Cavill Superman that came in the 2-pack with Doomsday. So yeah, very, very fun addition to any Superman collection. Again, a great army builder if you want to build up your army of Fortress of Solitude robots. And it's cool too with the head options. How easy it's to swap out. Yeah, so just remove the faceplate, and then you can easily swap in another. Whoops, that's upside down. Yeah, so that's awesome. Very, very cool. Again, I kind of wish McFarlane gave us more accessories at the get-go. It took them a long time before they gave us interchangeable hands and faces. But it was well worth the wait. It's just, bittersweet because Mattel's going to be producing DC figures next year. And it's, I think, bye-bye for McFarlane. Alright, so with that being said, let's wrap this one up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. Alright, later.